Between October 1st and November 15th, 2024, 37.6 million ounces of silver disappeared from COMEX vaults. Almost half of all registered silver gone in 47 days. The biggest vault drain since 1980. The year silver hit $50 before the COMEX changed the rules mid-trade to stop the Hunt brothers. But the truth is darker. The Hunts weren't trying to corner silver. They were trying to expose a century-long manipulation, and the system crushed them for it. Fast forward to 2025. February 14th. 4 major South Korean banks didn't limit silver sales. They stopped selling entirely, indefinitely. China blocked its citizens from buying physical precious metals through banks. Russia was locked out of London's bullion markets. And right now, something is happening that shouldn't happen in a functioning market. Spot silver is above futures. Backwardation. People are paying more to get silver today than a promise of silver in 6 months. This only happens when physical supply is vanishing and paper promises are becoming meaningless. This isn't about silver going up. It's about a 150-year price suppression system breaking in real time. To understand why, you need to understand silver itself. Gold is money, but passive. It sits in vaults. It stores value. Silver is money and the backbone of modern civilization. Your phone, laptop, solar panels, EV electronics, 5G towers, medical equipment, missiles, and semiconductors all require silver. And unlike gold, which is almost entirely recycled, silver gets consumed. Once used in electronics, it's gone, lost in landfills, and impossible to economically recover. Meanwhile, we've been running massive deficits. 148.9 million ounces short in 2024 alone. Where is that silver coming from? Government reserves, vaults, old stockpiles built over decades. And those reserves are collapsing. Researchers warn the solar industry alone could swallow 85 to 98% of global silver reserves by 2050. If silver is this scarce, this essential, why isn't it already exploding in price? Because silver has been deliberately suppressed for over 150 years. It began in 1873 with the Coinage Act, the crime of 1873, which demonetized silver. Before that, America used both gold and silver as money. Silver supported debtors and economic growth. Creditors hated that. So silver was quietly removed from the monetary system, creating deflation and mass foreclosures. Silver wasn't dead, but it was wounded. In 1964, the value of silver and coins rose above their face value. People began melting coins. The government panicked and cut silver out of circulating currency in 1965. Then they dumped billions of ounces onto the market to artificially suppress the price and hide inflation during the Vietnam War era. By 1971, when Nixon ended the gold standard, both gold and silver were screaming the same warning. The dollar was being debased. So Wall Street built a new system, the paper silver market. Futures, ETFs, certificates, a world where 100 paper claims can exist for every real ounce. As long as people accept paper instead of demanding physical delivery, the suppression works. But now, people are demanding physical, and the vaults are running dry. JP Morgan, HSBC, Goldman, the major bullion banks, took the paper system and weaponized it. A bank might hold 10 million ounces of real silver, but they'll sell 500 million ounces in paper contracts. Futures, ETFs, swaps, all backed by the same metal. For every real ounce, there are 50 to 100 paper claims. As long as no one demands delivery, the illusion of infinite supply keeps prices suppressed. Every time silver rises, banks dump a wall of paper contracts onto COMEX. Prices fall. The cycle resets. This manipulation is protected by a hierarchy. At the top, the BIS, the central bank of central banks. They cannot allow gold or silver to spike, because high precious metal prices expose inflation and destroy faith in fiat currencies. Below them, the LBMA, an opaque over-the-counter bullion network dominated by megabanks with enormous short positions. If silver explodes, they lose billions. And finally, COMEX itself, a private exchange that can change rules at any moment. Just like 1980, when the Hunt brothers bought physical silver and demanded delivery, COMEX panicked. Silver went from $6 to nearly $50. The exchange knew if the Hunts continued taking delivery, COMEX would default, and everyone would learn the paper market was backed by almost nothing. So they changed the rules mid-game. No new long positions, only selling allowed. Massive margin hikes overnight. Silver collapsed. The Hunts were ruined. But everyone who bought physical silver came out ahead. That is the lesson. The system will always sacrifice paper markets to protect itself, but it cannot touch physical metal. After 1980, suppression went institutional. Governments sold reserves. Central banks leased silver to megabanks who dumped it onto the market. Unlimited paper contracts smothered every price spike. Even when JP Morgan was caught spoofing and paid a $920 million fine, the manipulation didn't stop. The fine was just the cost of doing business. But here is where everything changes. The suppression machine only works if physical supply exists. Right now, it doesn't. COMEX Registered Silver fell from 80.6 million ounces on October 1, 2024 to 43 million by December 3rd, a 47% collapse. Some days, millions left the vaults in hours. If even 20% of contract holders demanded delivery, COMEX would fail. And the world is demanding physical now. South Korea's 4 megabanks suspended silver sales. China restricted citizens from buying silver entirely because the state is hoarding. India's imports hit record highs. Russia continues accumulating through alternative channels. Meanwhile, the most important signal has appeared: backwardation. Spot is higher than futures. People trust immediate metal, not a promise of future delivery. This only happens when the system is close to breakdown. So what happens next? COMEX has 3 options. Raise margins, slow speculation, doesn't fix shortages. Force cash settlement, destroys market credibility overnight. Let silver run, a parabolic move that reveals the truth. They'll try option 1. But sovereign nations and industrial users do not care about margin. They need metal. Once delivery failures begin, the sequence is brutal. Trading halts. Forced cash settlements. ETF redemptions freeze. Dealers run out of inventory. Physical premiums explode far above paper prices. Eventually, the paper system collapses entirely. This has happened before. Palladium in 2001, gold in 1971, silver in 1980. Paper failed. Physical exploded. And now the math is undeniable. 830 million ounces mined yearly. 920 million ounces consumed. A 90 million ounce annual deficit, covered only by draining stockpiles that no longer exist. You cannot print silver. You cannot stimulate it. You cannot replace it. The manipulation lasted 150 years because supply exceeded demand. That era is over. This time, it's not 2 Texas oil billionaires demanding delivery. It's entire nations, industries, and millions of investors. The drain, the bank suspensions, the restrictions, the backwardation, they're all symptoms of the same truth. The paper-silver market is dying. When it breaks, physical silver won't just be expensive, it will be unavailable. And everyone holding only paper will learn the final lesson. In the end, the only silver that matters is the silver you hold.